in COPPA. Oh, they said I read the law. I read it. It's there. It's there. You schmuck. Yes. It's here too. I'm sorry. The question is this video made for kids? And if you hit yes, it tells you features like personal ads, blah blah blah, and it's gonna be shown with other kids' videos. Or no, it's not made for kids. This doesn't say it's made for adults, does it?
It's the anti-checker.
What is going on, everybody? Michael J. Crawford, the anti-trekker here. Hopefully everything is working now. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out as the day goes on. So, let's talk for just a minute about COPPA. At the COPPA Cabana. All right. Well, actually, first, let me see. I got a couple of super chats. I'm in a weird mood today. Yosef started out with €2. Thank you, Yosef. Says, please stop the torture. Torture is stopped. Thomas puts $4.99 in and says, you are late unsubbing. No more $1.99 anyway. Here's $4.99 instead. And Uber chat number 7. Well, thank you, Thomas. I apologize for being late. Honestly, I was just exhausted. I had to get a nap. So here is Uber chat number 7.
So, does anybody really know why we're fighting anyway?
Well, I think... Hey, didn't he vote for Trump?
He did.
Get him!
So remember, if anyone has an opinion, they're probably wrong.
Now we know!
And knowing is half the battle.
All right, so let me talk about COPPA for just a couple minutes before I get into the chat. I will do the chat like I always do, but I do think that this is important. This is something that people have been really, really worked up about. And like MLP Death Dealer is saying, I'm kind of worried COPPA's going to kill my channel. I get that, all right? I get that. Joshua, my son, you know, he does the animations like the one you just saw, and his channel is just animation, and he's kind of freaked out about it. But I think unwarranted fear. Now, here's the deal. And by the way, I am going to say something that you will not hear me say very often, which is check out Bird of Prey 5's video, Unlock General Audience COPPA Option. It's already there. It's a very, very good video. Thank you, Bird, for putting that together. I was actually going to do something similar, but you did it perfectly. So what I will do later on, if you don't have time to look for it right now, If you're a subscriber to this channel, you may have noticed that yesterday, for the first time, I put out a message post to my subscribers. YouTube, now that I'm over 10,000 subs, YouTube finally gave me the option to do that. Which I'm very excited about. Another thing that is very, very close to happening here is merchandise that is on its way. I have 18 items under review by YouTube, because once I design the item and put it up for sale, in order for YouTube to add it to my channel as an option to purchase, they have to approve it and make sure it doesn't violate their terms of service. So that is in fact coming. The first 18 items that it's talking about are special 10K subs items, shirts, coffee cups, stuff like that. And so after the end of the year, I'm going to switch it to something that's not 10K specific. Anyway, so with Bird's video, the COPPA video, what a lot of people don't realize is that if you flag your channel as not for kids, that is the second option, right? There's the for kids option, the not for kids option. If you select the not for kids option, you are not going to get shut down, okay? The reason that you would get shut down is if you select that, but you're actually producing kids content. Now, if you can be producing stuff that is kid friendly, but not targeted at kids. As an example, let's say that you know, that last super chat we just played with G.I. Joe, right? Kids would get a joke there, but it's not targeted to kids. Obviously, the main humor is at adults with the, remember, if anybody has an opinion, they're probably wrong kind of thing. That's obviously an adult joke. Now, you're not going to get the $42,000 fine for that, because any sane person can look at that and see that that is not targeted towards little kids. However, what if YouTube flags it as being a kid's content? Well, number one, if that does happen, then you will be able to appeal that with YouTube. Now, I know the appeal process for YouTube sucks. I've had to deal with it time and time again with my demonetized videos. Heck, my Why Am I Called the Anti-Trekker video got demonetized, and it took them several days to monetize the stupid video. However, I am fully confident that if your video gets flagged as a kid's video, or your channel gets flagged as a kid's channel, eventually they will overturn it when you appeal. All they have to do is look at it. Now, if you can't tell that it's not kids content, then you should seriously be rethinking your content. Like MLP Death Dealer, I don't know the stuff that you do, but I'm assuming that it's obvious if you look at it, if you actually watch it. Yes, maybe on the surface if you see a still frame from it. Like if I was just to show you a couple of seconds of one of my super chat animations. Okay, if that's all I show you, you might say, oh, that's kid stuff because it's a cartoon, until you watch the whole thing, right? But if you watch it and you see what it is, if it's obviously not for kids, they'll overturn it in any kind of review. So don't panic about it. People are freaking out about it, and honestly, it's the and again, Bird calls it out in his video. It's these online lawyers that are really stirring up the pot. Why are they doing it? Because they're getting massive amounts of views on their channels by talking about, oh, how to protect yourself from COPPA. Oh, COPPA's going to get you and all that crap. Don't listen to them. They are the ones trying to scam you. They are trying to get your clicks. They're trying to get extra revenue for themselves. That's all it is. Anyway, and I think I kind of lost track of what I was saying in the middle of that, but what I was saying, so yesterday I put out my first ever post to you guys, basically saying that I wasn't posting in because of the whole protest, the way the COPPA is being handled thing, which I do think YouTube, their handling of it has been less than wonderful. But after the show, probably this afternoon, I will put out a post linking to Bird's video because I think it's really good and you guys should check it out. Now that I've gotten all that off my chest, I'm off my high horse. Let's get to the chat. Thomas Potts once again is first. Thank you, my friend. Darth Ball is here. 47 Yorktown. Commander Shran. Godzon is here saying Chicken Day. I did not know it was Chicken Day. Bird o' Prey is right after Godzon. So it is Chicken Day because Bird of Prey is here. Piano Dean says hi. Bradley says hi. Godzon says sawfish. Yes, that is an aquarium in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where I shot that footage. It's a beautiful aquarium. If you're ever in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, you should go to the Ripley's Aquarium. It is incredible. That shark tank that that is just awesome. Death Dealer's here, of course. Bird of Prey says, Hannah Montana reporting as a children's video. Exactly. You know, like if you saw, oh no, Hannah Montana's in the title, you're going to get flack. You know what? First of all, read the whole title, and it's clearly not a children's video. And second, if you watch any of this, you know it's not a children's video. So, I mean, what are you going to say? Oh, you got a cute little puppy in the background, therefore it's a kid's video. No, it's not going to be that, okay? People need to stop freaking out about it. Orville Redenpiler says, what? Well, welcome, Orville. I'm not sure why you're confused. Billy Russo is in the house. Live long and prosper, my friend. Darth Maul says, sounds like Bird has been watching too many Lore Reloaded videos. Yes, that was, in fact, the Bird of Prey video that I was talking about, his COPPA video, played at 0.25 speed. If you ever, you know, here's the thing. I do not advocate for taking illegal substances. But if you ever want the experience of being on LSD, pick any Bird of Prey 5 video, dim the lights a little bit, and play it at 0.25 speed. Same thing as LSD. Absolutely the same thing. David Hensley says, hey, let's get our turkey trek on. Yes, Turkey Day tomorrow. Mrs. Anti-Trekker is resting right now, but tomorrow Mrs. Anti-Trekker is going to be cooking a 38-pound turkey. Oh, can't wait. Godzon says next week will be the end of the YouTube. I don't think so. There's Yosef's $2. Thank you, my friend, asking me to stop the torture. I did. Need the universal translator for that introduction. Well, all you got to do, like I said, if you actually take LSD, it sounds normal. David says, yes, it will be. Although the funny thing is, I'll bet you if you go back and listen to the first part of the stream, but you play it at 2 times speed, it would actually sound relative weird. You know what? Okay, I got to do it now. That's now. All right, let's come over here, and we got the stream going. So let's rewind the stream.
Oh, that I read the law. I read it. It's there. It's there. You schmuck. Yes, it's here too.
So there you go. It actually sounds almost normal if you play it at 2 times speed.
The question is there?
So, all right. So that's my weird experiment of the day. And what the heck? Okay, I accidentally went to full screen on that. That got weird. All right. Let's see. Death Dealer says I'm kind of worried about COPPA is getting to kill my channel. I do SMFM animations. I already set my channels not to kids. If you set your channels not to kids, if the subject matter of your animations is not targeted at 12-year-olds, you will be fine. I promise. There's Thomas says $4.99. Thank you again, Thomas. I do appreciate it, truly. Care for a Jelly Baby is in the house, says, I howl, please stop the terrible slow voice of doom. Well, it is stopped now, and I know I'm behind in the chat, but welcome. Bird says my microphone is sounding weird. Anyone else hear it? That's weird. I don't know. Does it sound weird to you? Let me listen. Bird says my microphone is sounding weird. Anyone else hear it? Sounds normal to me. Rock Solid is here, says no notification, unsubbing, get you back under 10K, jerk. And Andrew says, seriously, kids will do whatever they want, so don't punish us because kids are a-holes. Well, here's the thing, Andrew, and this is why I really appreciated Bird's video and why I'm going to promote it later on today, is that this is nothing new, okay? People that have been dealing with online stuff like Bird of Prey. Bird of Prey is actually my webmaster. He runs the website, antitricker.com. He's really knowledgeable on these things. As much as I like to poke fun at Bird of Prey, he is a very knowledgeable guy when it comes to this stuff. He has been dealing with COPPA for 20 years. This is not something that just came out of the blue. The only reason it's becoming any kind of controversy is because YouTube has been ignoring the law. They should have had the little checkbox for children or not for children when YouTube first started. They never did it. And so probably originally because they never even thought about it as being a kids channel. And then, and with Google, well, Google just wants to control the world. So I think, that's all it is. And you say the mic, my mic is quiet. Well, I can bring it down so that it's closer to me. See if that's better. I apologize if that looks weird, but yeah. I don't. A lot of people have the mic like this, but I always feel funny talking sideways. I don't know. You guys tell me. Does this? If the sound's better when I'm doing this, would you rather I do this, or look like I'm actually looking at you? It's up to you guys. It just feels weird. And so it'll be a few minutes before I get to that part of the live stream, but in the chat. So I'm just going to read stuff that's addressed directly to me because I am so far behind, but thank you for your understanding. Roxas says, I've had the community tab for for a while. Did you not? No, I didn't. And that's the funny thing is that the community tab was supposed to be available. They never made it available. And then when I hit 10,000, all of a sudden it's there. And the merch store, I know, is supposed to be locked until you hit 10,000, but the community tab was supposed to be unlocked at I think 1,000 or something, but it never got unlocked. And I've asked about it, and they just said, oh, just go to your community tab. And I'm like, I don't have a community tab, but yeah. Let's see. And then Luke is in the house. How you doing, my friend? Godzone says, I didn't see you on Geeks and Gamers. I wasn't on Geeks and Gamers. I was on Nerdrotic, and Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers was there with me. I want to be on Geeks and Gamers. I haven't had a chance to talk to Jeremy about doing that sometime, though. And let's see. Luke Fovark is in the house. Good to see you. How you doing? David says, switch to Bitchute. Here's the thing about Bitchute. I actually have a Bitchute account. You can see the link to my Bitchute in the description of all my videos. You know how many people go there? Zip. Nobody gives a crap about Bitchute. Bitchute sucks. And so, I'm not going to Bitchute unless YouTube completely collapses. Orville wants to know where's the Vulcans option. Well, they haven't done that yet. They're not inclusive. Dr. Alex is in the house. Says, good evening. How you doing, doctor? The doctor is in. Oh, that's what we need. We need to record you saying that, Dr. Alex. Thomas says, like I said in Bird video, they strike yesterday won't do anything. Only the Phantom Menace did it, and nothing would make YouTube happier than a day without Phantom Menace content. Well, you may be right, but at the same time, I wasn't going to, honestly, I just think that making a statement every now and then is not a bad thing. And hey, the videos have been doing just fine the last few days, so I'm okay. Nicole just relabeled all my game streams. Yeah, and that's something I also told Joshua to do, on his animated videos. He has one that is a parody of Pokemon. And the thumbnail has a picture of Pikachu and Ash as drawn by him. And I said, you know what? Throw under that thumbnail, not for kids. Mrs. Sci-Fi Nation says, happy almost Thanksgiving. Same to you. Darren says, good video this morning. I will pick some of other Laura's videos to eviscerate. Very good. Yeah, I actually had fun with it. I hope that nobody, please, whatever you do, because when I talk to Laura about it, Laura's only concern about doing a video response is that when I've done video responses to him in the past, he's gotten some people going over to his channel and throwing hate his way. Don't do that. This is not about trying to hate on Laura. But thank you. And Stromer says, hail and greetings, Nature, most evil leader, Turtistan, and greetings to all my fellow nerds. How you doing, Stromer? Nassim Shanbor, I think you're new because I don't recognize that name, but that's I hope I didn't butcher it too bad. Says, Nature, what's your take on the announcement by Big Light Production of Warhammer 40k TV series? Here's the thing. I'm not an expert on Warhammer 40k. Jaegerbomb will tell you that for sure. I can barely follow that Hell's Reach movie that they put out. But could it be good? Sure. But they really need to do it with a baby milk kind of philosophy. And what I mean by that is that there's a lot of lore involved in Warhammer 40k. And that lore, you can't just go in assuming that people know it. Most of if you want a decent sized television audience, most of them are not going to know the lore. All right. The gamers alone are not going to provide you with enough of an audience. So if they do it, they need to slowly introduce you to it and gradually, like, do it from the perspective of, I don't know what the factions are called, but like you have a new recruit going into one of the factions, and in the first few episodes, he's learning about the other factions, he's learning about the war, so that people can learn with him. If they don't do that, it's doomed to fail. Nicole says, most of my game streams are rated M for mature. Well, if you make them for adults only, then you should definitely have no problem. Melvin says, SJW, no, don't not say people should die. Here's the thing. I don't agree with anything that the SJW community does, but I don't want them to die. I want them to see the light and realize their mistakes. Rockstar says, I'm less concerned about FTC and more concerned about YouTube being dumb. Yeah, I would be more concerned about YouTube than the FTC, but honestly, I don't think YouTube wants to flag a bunch of channels as being for kids. Why? Because YouTube makes less money on those channels. Rock says, by the way, just got the notification, restart the stream. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Let me restart the stream here. We'll go to right there. And we got to...
It's yes or no. Is this made for kids?
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. I hope you're better now, rock solid. Turn your mic up a bit quiet, so I moved it around. I'll see in a minute when I get to that part of the chat, see if it's better. Let's see. Darren says, rumor has it that Seth MacFarlane is planning on releasing an Orville technical manual, maybe hire the Akudas who did the ones for TNG and DS9 to do it. That'd be an insta-buy for me. Me too. That would be awesome. The Akudas have done some great work, although I still think the original Starfleet technical manual is the best. But granted, that wasn't about just the Enterprise. That was all of Starfleet. Luke says, wait, can you know it's the same thing as taking LSD unless you've tried it in your youth? Well, actually, no. I at Kurdistan University, we took volunteers to actually try it while on LSD, and that's what happened. MLP Death Dealer says, just sent you an animation of mine on Twitter so you can see better what kind of animations I'm making in regards to COPPA. Well, let's take a look. Let me see if I can... Hopefully it's nothing like that would get me in trouble here. Helps if I can type Twitter. All right, and go to messages. And why am I missing... Yeah, that's right. Is it in here? Here, I following you. You said it, maybe it might not have gotten to me yet, MLP. So sometimes Twitter is a little delayed. Anyway, but I will check it out. So many options, so little fact, I'm afraid time will tell on this one. Yeah, but I'm confident that, even if things do go bad, I think that they will get better. And there's Darth Maul's saying about, okay, so let's see. People saying it sounds better. David says he doesn't hear a difference. Firetail likes me looking at the audience as opposed to looking over here. All right. Sci-Fi says, greetings. How you doing? Hey, Mrs. Sci-Fi was here first. That's interesting. Darren says, the thing I don't understand about COPPA and YouTube is this. YouTube Kids exists. I always kind of assumed that YouTube Kids was for kids and everything else was not. Yeah, I kind of thought of that too. But the problem is that the COPPA rules, and Bird could speak to this better than I can because he's actually had to deal with this for a long time. But COPPA has specific rules as to things you have to do on any website. And so even though there's YouTube Kids is exclusively for kids and regular YouTube is not, you still have to flag if a video is targeted towards kids. Philip wants to know if I watched The Joker. I did. The Joker is the single best DC character movie ever produced. It's just a shame that it's not part of the DCEU. IRL John says, personally, I don't see how the checkbox fixes anything. I mean, I was 12 and going on anything I said that was for 18 or above, click if you're 18. That's for sure. Go ahead and click. Yes, but what it does is it relieves the poster of the content from any legal responsibility. If you say this is for people over 18 and some 12-year-old goes in there, well, you can't blame me for them going in there because I notified them that this is not appropriate for them. Now, granted, we all know that for a 12-year-old boy on the internet, if it says this is for 18 and over, that's a magnet, right? That he's like, oh yeah, I want to see that. But at the same time, it's to relieve yourself of any legal responsibility for posting things inappropriate to children. Nicole says, Happy Turkey Day. Hugs to you and yours. Much love. Thank you, my friend. Roxal says, can't figure out how to upload the chirting of bits. To the chirting of bits? Oh, yeah. It's a mess. I tell you, it can take 25 attempts sometimes to get something uploaded there. I've kind of given up on it. Bitchute is absolute crap. I don't care where you are looking. I'm actually rarely looking at you for beauty and pleasing visuals. I'm watching Bird. Okay. And that's Joseph. I know you're in another country, man, but you guys have a very different ideal of what beauty is. Roxal says, I also tweeted and emailed Jeremy about maybe working with Geeks and Gamers. He responded to tweets, but not the email. Yeah, he's better at responding to tweets, my understanding. Although, I would love to be on a show sometime. Jeremy's a good guy, he and I fighting on Nerdrotic helped us get a little bump in the subs, so I can't complain about that. If Antrager ever shows up in Geeks and Gamers, I will skip it. Wow. Gee, thanks, Valor. I see you now have a TNG backdrop. Could we be seeing a Voyager DS9 or Enterprise green screen in the future? Possibly if I can find the right pictures. Like you saw, like this is my Enterprise. Right? This is going to be my mainstay here, where we have the original Enterprise bridge. It took me forever to find and then modify a good picture of the TNG bridge for that video. Just says, doing a video response should help both your channels. Well, that's what I do like doing video response. I used to do them all the time back in the day, but that's kind of fallen out of favor with some people. But, the problem is people are afraid of argumentation. I don't know why, but people get really worked up over, like say we're talking about the Riker business, right? Where person A says, Riker belongs in jail because he didn't do X. And then person Y says, no, that's crazy because what you're saying he did is not what he did, blah, blah, blah. And you go back and forth and you have argumentation and you have fun with it. But some people take it way too seriously. And all of a sudden you have people like saying, oh, you should just go die or some crap like that. And it gets way out of hand. And so that's the real shame, is that people forget how to argue because on the internet, everything escalates. Antrager says, don't hate on lore. That includes you, Herman Schmeckelbeck. Absolutely. If Herman Schmeckelbeck is caught hating on lore, he will be hunted down. Darth Maul says, do what you wish with your mic. You need to be comfortable, but when it's far from you, it was like you just need to pull up the volume a bit to compensate. Gotcha. And Valor says, if you show up on Geeks and Gamers, you would bring some class, as Jeremy has no class. Well, class is not exactly Jeremy's shtick, right? So that's okay. But let's see, where is it? That's the... Oh, did I not have it there? Darn. There was a picture I had of Jeremy, I think. No, that's teletype. But yeah, I have a picture of Jeremy lying around here. STD backdrop is a Trump family photo. Wow, okay. That's different. Holy crap, you have more subs on the stream than I have in 2 days. And I trigger, seriously, F the YouTube algorithm lately. Well, it's... Yeah, the algorithm is kind of... messed up to be sure. The Joker movie sucks, says Andrew. Well, I disagree with you on that, but you're entitled to your opinion. Death Dealer says, everyone fire Will Riker, stop shooting at me. Yes. Mage Gray Wolf says, I've been watching a couple of videos from a lawyer who is also a YouTuber about COPPA. I posted the videos on Twitter. I could send them to you on Twitter if you like. No, that's all right. You know what? I've seen several videos by lawyers on the COPPA situation. And here's the thing. Most of them are basically just people trying to get clicks. They're telling you stuff that to do things that are unnecessary, and they are telling you that that you're not protected and all that. And no, everything is doom and gloom. And they're just doing that to get more clicks. It's just a scam. And let's see, what was that? Oh, very cool. So something that Joshua is working on for me, that Darren will really like when it's done. I can't stand Jeremy, and he is too much like the FM version of the SJWs and thrives on negativity and toxic. If I wanted that, I would have a Twitter account. Well, I'll say this. Jeremy does go a little more negative than I do, but then most of the fandom menace, as they're called, is more negative than me. I'm like fandom menace light, I guess. But at the same time, I gotta say, after talking to him a couple times, Jeremy is a stand-up dude. I don't have a problem with him, although I personally don't want to go as negative as he tends to. Now, is he always negative? No, he said some positive things. It's just that it's relatively rare for him. Philip says, for Joker, I thought the movie was awesome, perhaps reference to too much Taxi Driver, but I think it holds really well. I think it was awesome. Now what? Let's see. Time to bring back dueling, says John Meyer, to deal with all the crazy escalation and argumentation. That would definitely do it. That would definitely do it. There can be only one. Death Dealer says, my Twitter will have the same pic as my YouTube, and I have a small lock icon next to it. Well, let me see if I can go to you here. So you didn't send it to me? Did you just post it on Twitter? Is that, maybe that's why, because I was looking in my messages to see if you had sent it to me directly. So if we go to, and let's go to, if I go there, nothing, we'll search. I hate Twitter. Okay. There's like 8 billion death dealers. LP. Yeah, there's like, I need a way to narrow it down, MLP Death Dealer. Roxelle says, I put the box together for Joshua last night. The 2 books I've been meaning to get to you will be in there, plus 1 game just for you. Well, very cool, Roxelle. I can't wait. Do me a favor, though, and send me the tracking info so that I know when it, because I know with the holidays and everything, so I'll know to get it as soon as it arrives at the box. You still think you can't make a Joker movie without Batman? Well, Philip, you can. Obviously, they did it. But the problem with that Joker movie is that if it does not lead to a Batman movie, it's a waste. It's a complete waste of effort and time and beautiful filmmaking and art. Because if they never have this Joker take on the Batman, then he never lives up to his potential. Night Breeze, hey, and everyone, how you doing, Night Breeze? Luke says, there can be only one. Hun. I'm not sure where the hun comes from. MLP says, I tagged your Twitter. Let me see if, okay, I think I have a new message now. Aha, there it is. And I saw it that time. All right, Poem Trek, The Great War, Pioneer, Luna's Revenge. All right, so this is, let's just come over here. So this is MLP's work here.
Range 2,000 kilograms.
Yeah, see, I don't think that
to
this...
transfer energy to weapons.
Obviously, you have the...
At my command.
You're basically doing the scene from Star Trek 3 of the Klingon attack with My Little Pony. So I don't see that that's going to, you know, like, is a 12-year-old going to actually care about that? I don't think so. So I think that that's probably, you know, at a glance, like just looking at that still frame, you might think, oh, this is kid stuff. But as soon as you start playing it and you hear Commander Krug's voice coming out of the My Little Pony, you know. See, I don't think that anybody's going to think that's for a 12-year-old. I could see how it could potentially get flagged at the beginning, but the other side of it is, I mean, I don't know, do you monetize your videos? Because since you're using all that Star Trek audio, I'm assuming you're not. So even if they do try to flag it as kids content, at least you're not going to lose any revenue. And let's see. Valor says, not even Doomcock, Me, Mead, and Mecha aren't that bad. It's mostly funny when they do it. Okay. But I understand what you're saying, but, you know, everybody has their threshold, right? And I understand that Jeremy is not for everyone. He rubs some people the wrong way for sure. He rubbed me the wrong way the first few times I've seen him. And I'll be honest with you, am I a huge fan of the Geeks and Gamers channel? No, but I actually do like Jeremy. Vulcan Alpha says, and I just saw you subscribed. Thank you, Vulcan Alpha. Says, Mr. Antrick, if you don't mind, I'd like to say your Borg videos are quite awesome. A lot of points of interest that I'm failed to notice. Well, thank you, Vulcan Alpha, and welcome to the channel, my friend. Rock Salt says, Antrick, stop using the native Twitter browser and Twitter app. Use TweetDeck for desktop and Tweetcast for Android. Seriously, make Twitter actually usable. Well, you know what? One of these days, Rock Solid, you and I need to like talk, and you can help me get all my stuff set up so that it works. And let's see. Darren and MLP says, I DM'd you. Yes, we obviously looked at it already. And then Darren says, I want to see a good man-bat film like Joker apparently is. Well, if you haven't seen Joker, Darren, you should check it out. I don't know that Man-Bat would work in the same format as Joker, though. It's a little too grounded, shall we say. Roxa says, I plan on sending the tracking number. I know, I just want to remind you. Shormer says, I hope that turd moves from red to green soon, my friend. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And Bird is saying WTF. I don't, maybe because of the fact that there's a My Little Pony acting like Commander Krug. Your pony is without honor. Patak. Excuse me. Christopher Lambert is a French and American, and that's why I added the hon. Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. Which, you know, don't get me wrong. I like Christopher Lambert overall, but casting him as the Scotsman in the same movie that you then cast Sean Connery as a Spaniard, how does that make any sense? Trek 95 says, how are you, my friend? Yes, I see the red turd. Well, aside from the red turd, I'm okay. It's been, you know, obviously, the leg thing is just driving me crazy, but I just got to take that one day at a time, you know. And let's see, YouTube demonetized my channel for reused content. Been waiting since June 30th for reapplication. Gotcha. Yeah, you see, that's the problem. If you're doing stuff like that, you're going to be skirting the fringes of terms of service a lot. I don't know. The only thing I could say is that if you really like doing that style of animation with the ponies and stuff, try writing your own original stuff rather than using soundtracks from other sources. That way you can take credit for it. That's what I would recommend anyway. Donna says, I use a bike to power my computer. Well, I used to, but now my leg don't work. And Rockstar says, I'll DM you my number. For those curious, it's 8675309. You know, at first I was actually going to say, don't put your number in the chat, but yeah. Says, I thought Christopher Lambert is Belgium. Well, you know, Belgium, French, same thing. They're all idiots that eat croissants in the morning. Except for Luke, of course, because he's the cool one. Yeah, remember they put Patrick Stewart to play the French captain. Don't expect logic from producers. Yeah, I know. Why the hell, you know, why didn't they make, you know, when they cast Patrick Stewart as the new captain of the Enterprise, why didn't they change his character to, you know, I don't know, Captain Bligh or something? You know, why did they keep it at Captain Picard and keep the whole stupid how he's in love with France? Make him freaking proudly English, and that would make sense because he is the most English Frenchman in the history of history. Yo says Connery's character was Greek or Egyptian. Am I right? No, he was Egyptian who then became a Spaniard who then moved to Scotland, I guess. Roxas said, it's not a Joker movie, it's an Arthur Fleck movie. I figured it would be more accurate to have titled it Arthur. There'd be no confusion with the Dudley Moore movie at this point, except that nobody would go see it if it was just called Arthur. As a Joker origin movie, it is damn good. And I understand that some people were upset because the Joker really only shows up in about the last 5-10 minutes of the film. However, holy crap, what a great last 5-10 minutes of the film. That blew me away. Because before I went to see the film, I was saying, first of all, I said, I don't want to see a Joker movie without Batman. Second of all, I was saying that it's not going to be a Joker movie. It's just going to be a movie about a serial killer who happens to put on clown makeup. And, I said it looks like it's a really good movie, but it doesn't look anything like the Joker. It's just about some crazy dude in clown makeup. And through 99% of the movie, that's exactly what I thought. Oh, this is a really good movie that has nothing to do with the Joker. It's just some crazy dude with clown makeup. And then that last 5-10 minutes happened. I'm like, holy crap, they did it. So, and Luke is sending some information to Aberjam is in the house, says, greetings, brother, or as Greta would say, Maclunky. Yeah, what the heck is Maclunky? Best line in Highlanders when Connery says, I'm not actually a Spaniard, and it feels a sense of relief. Then he says, I'm Egyptian. And facepalm. You are 100% right about that. It's like, when he says, I'm not a Spaniard. And I was like, oh, okay, so he's going to actually say he's Scottish. But then he says he's Egyptian. I'm like, yeah, because the one thing that, you look more Egyptian than Spanish. Jeez, yeah. And let's see, Roddenberry really wanted French captain. He did not approve of Stewart being cast and made Stewart aware of it. Well, and yet people worship the altar of Roddenberry. Didn't England annex France at some time in the future? Apparently, yes. And Andrew says the difference between STD and an STD is eventually the STD goes away. Well, actually, I will argue with you on that one because there are certain STDs that never go away, and STD will eventually go away. It's not going to run forever. I mean, the longest it'll probably run is a few years, and then nobody's going to give a crap about it. It'll be floating in the background of CBS All Access, and nobody's going to watch it. It'll basically replace oddball episodes of Voyager and Enterprise as being the Star Trek that people don't watch that much. Maybe France became English between now and the 24th century. But except that, here's the problem, Stanley, is that Picard's brother was French. I know, he wasn't even behaving or referencing things like a Frenchman would, walking, talking stereotype. Yeah, he was, that was bad. Rockstar says, you admit the title of the Joker movie is clickbait. Well, there's a difference between just clickbait and marketing, because clickbait, the idea of clickbait is that it is intentionally misleading just to get an audience, right? So, like, for example, people that put up videos that say, how to save yourself from the COPPA Nazis are coming, and then you click on it, and it doesn't have any good information in it, right? It was just a lie to get you to click on the video and watch it. The Joker movie is ultimately the origin of the Joker, so it's not a lie to call it the Joker. And while Arthur is in the film more than the Joker, if you named it Arthur, nobody would go to see it. And so from a marketing perspective, you name your movie after, you have to have the name to have something to do with the movie, and you want it to be something that hopefully would be an audience draw. Darren says, Joker's clown makeup didn't even look like the Joker makeup. That was a problem that I had with it. But wait, you got to see it, Darren. Hello, world. And Night Breeze puts in $1. Thank you so much, Night Breeze. Says, jerky for Auntie and all hail the Hypno Turd. All right, let's see. I have a little bit of jerky left. Auntie's sleeping. We'll see if... Look at that. See, I just can't grab this bag of jerky without her, like, immediately waking up. Yes, we got some jerky for you. There you go. I got to order some more. Darren, remind me to order some more jerky. All right, and let's see if we can get a little Hypno Turd action going here.
Let me play. Yes. It's made for kids. Barney. It's made for kids. No, it's Seinfeld or something like that. It's not made for kids. Now you say, but Seinfeld has Superman in almost every episode in the Orville.
And Play 30 just subscribed. Thank you, my friend. So the Hypno Turd is for some reason being a little strange today, and yeah, which I blame Bird of Prey 5. All right, so that's like saying the Phantom Menace wasn't mad because Darth Maul kicks all the butt in the last 10 minutes. No, it's not, Roxall, because the difference is that the build-up to the reveal of the Joker was excellent. Now, the Phantom Menace had its share of problems. Yes, the fight with Darth Maul was awesome. However, the problem is that the lead-up to that fight was not awesome, right? If the if the first time we saw Darth Maul in the entire movie was that fight, but the rest of the movie was awesome, and then it would have been good. You know, it's just, yes, it was a big reveal, but the build up to that reveal was earned. It was worth it. And it's funny because even though I knew the movie was called The Joker, I didn't think that they were going to do it. Connery is so awesome, he doesn't need to change his accent like Hunt for Red October. Yes, we learned that the Scottish accent can actually, in the hands of Sean Connery, the Scottish accent can be used for any nationality. They should have cast Sean Connery as Captain Picard. That would have been freaking awesome. Piano Dean says, once again, you're streaming during Rush Limbaugh, but you know what? Rush is cool, but I'm going with the anti-checker. Do you need a golden mic, though? Well, you know what, Piano Dean? If you want to send me a golden microphone, a golden, what does he say? A golden EIB microphone, the address that you could send it to is below, and I would love to have, this is a nice mic, though, I got to say, but yeah, golden EIB mic would be great. Although this one does seem to have some problems with pickup. Some of you guys complain about that, so I'm going to have to look at getting a mic that's got a little more sensitivity to it, which sucks because I really like this mic. Vile is in the house, says, did you catch last TOS review? May have heard there was a greedy bastard who showed up. I heard about it. I haven't seen it yet. I was a little sidetracked with some stuff, but I'm going to hopefully watch it today. Between now and when I do the Patreon stream, which, yes, we are going to do a Patreon stream. If you are a subscriber on antitrekker.com or a supporter on Patreon, then keep your eyes out for a notification for that stream. And basically what you'll be able to do is if you go to the subscriber, a notification will be sent out from the website. So Bird of Prey, hope you're ready for that. Thanks to George Lucas, McLunky is now Greedo's death cry when Han kills him. Another ridiculous tweak now playing on Disney+. Yeah, it's funny. I rewatched the original Star Wars, but I didn't catch that. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. The whole special edition thing, that's the least of my worries. The worst clickbait was that guy who was going to give a laptop winner and never did. Yeah, that was horrible. But took all the movie for the Joker to start jokering. It could have been called Arthur Rise of the Joker and would have been more accurate. Rock Solid, since when are the titles of movies supposed to be 100% accurate? Because if so, guess what? Star Wars isn't about battles between stars. Right? Star Trek isn't always a journey through the stars. So, the title doesn't have to be literally accurate. Strictly speaking, the Joker has no actual origin in the comics. He has speculative origins written by occultist Alan Moore and others, but none of them are recognized by DC. Yeah, but you know what? And I know this is kind of an amalgamation of a couple of Joker stories, but I think it was well done. And Viral Mike says, my opinion of the Joker movie, some aspects of this movie would have worked better if the character was not the Joker, and other aspects only worked knowing that the character was the Joker. I kind of agree with that. Nicole says, thank goodness I have 4, 5, 6 on CD without the silliness of the rat. I'm not sure what you mean there. And seriously, all those subs during the stream, you've now gotten more subs in the stream than I have had all week. Well, we have 72. And which is amazing. I mean, I remember during the daytime streams before I was getting like 30, so that's like so cool. But Roxod, stop! Don't. You are going to continue to grow. You just need. You know what? You have a great channel, and if you're into retro gaming, you guys should check out Rock Solid. His Thanksgiving video, by the way, freaking awesome. And that's supposed to go live today, right? Or did it already? Because I already saw it, but it was really good. Yo says, Alexa, order jerky for Auntie. Yeah, that's the problem is I don't have Alexa. I stand corrected. Christopher Lambert is indeed French-American. I was confused because of his lack of a beret and glass of wine, as all French people have. I don't like Patrick as Picard either, and then again, I don't like Picard either. Young Picard was almost Kirk-like, and then he took a dagger to the heart. Yeah? So that's what you say. So Picard is Kirk with no heart. I don't see the fuss about calling it Joker. No one complained about Logan, even though it was built on his entire career as Wolverine. I know. Well, you know, I don't understand. Rock Solid likes to just be a jerk, though. He does. He's, you know, because Rock Solid likes to sit there and talk about how the original series of Trek sucked, even though he knows it's the best of Trek. Josh says you need to do a battle of the Packlets. Packled lore versus Packled bird super chat. Ooh, I think that would hurt. That would hurt a lot of people. Just saying. Roxanne, just adjust your gains in OBS Streamlabs. I can adjust that noise gates in Streamlabs. Well, I don't use OBS. I use XSplit, and I'm not sure if I can get. I'd have to. You know, I'll have to mess around with the settings in there. I'm not sure if I can crank it up much more. It's at 125% right now. It went live 2 hours ago. You and Bird are both called out in the end credits, if you notice. I did see Bird. I did see my name there, which was cool. Thank you, my friend. But it is a great video. It really is. I'm going to do a little Thanksgiving video for tomorrow, but yeah, that was nice. Having those other people, and most of them I hadn't seen before, but I think that was really cool, showing off the retro gaming community and how solid that the retro gaming community is. That's freaking great. And Outsider77 does subscribe. Thank you. And by the way, I know, Roxanne, you keep talking about all these subscribers coming in, and I know it's funny because here's the thing about the YouTube system, the way the algorithm works. Once you hit 10,000, all of a sudden you start popping up stuff all, you know, just bam, 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 bam. Everybody, it starts popping up everywhere. And so, and Lore Reloaded told me this was going to happen, and I honestly didn't believe him. But he said, yeah, once you hit 10,000, get ready. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then we hit 10,000 and all this, and I was expecting, okay, cool, we hit 10,000, woohoo! And then I was like, oh, maybe in another year we'll hit 20,000. It's like, holy crap, we're almost at 12,000 and it's just a few days later. What's going on? No, USOB, US9 is the best Trek and Cisco's the best captain, hands down. Sure. Although Cisco is a solid second place in my mind. I really do like Cisco. Be sure to watch the video till the end. The meme image is just for you. All right, Vile, I will definitely, and I know it's going to be good. So guys, don't forget to go to Vile Mike's channel and Rock Solid's channel. You should subscribe to both of them. But Vile Mike does great reviews of TOS, the best of Star Trek, with his daughter, the Vile Child. And Rock Solid, if you care anything about retro gaming, holy crap, Rock Solid is the place to be. Star Trek, the motion picture, is about V'ger's voyage home through the stars and the Enterprise voyage to intercept it. That's true. That's Star Trek, the motion picture. But Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, is not about a trek through the stars. So, just saying. Vulcan Alpha says, I'm here because Doomcock mentioned you a few times. Very cool. Doomcock is a good friend. Let me tell you a little story, Vulcan. I've said this a few times, and yes, I'm patting myself on the back because I'm very proud of this fact. And those of you that they probably already know exactly what I'm going to be saying, but they know I'm very proud of this fact. About a year and a half ago, I got lucky. I put out a Star Wars review that got over 200,000 views, and at the time, my channel only had a couple hundred subs. And because of that review, I went from a couple hundred subs to like 5,000 subs almost overnight. And then I knew of 3 other YouTubers that were newer channels like mine, and that because of that recent surge that I had, I would now had more subs than them. Those 3 channels were Mecha Random, Nerdrotic, and Doomcock. I actually had more subs than all 3 of them for a little while. And I reached out to all 3 of them, and I started pimping their channels because I really like what they were doing. I was like saying that, dude, this is a good trend on YouTube to see channels like this growing. And now, of course, Doomcock is over 100,000 subs, Nerdrotic is over 100,000 subs, and Mecha is on her way. She broke 50,000. So, I mean, I'm very proud of the fact that I was promoting those channels when they were nothing. And Enderman of Doom is in the house. For those of you that don't know, Enderman of Doom is the most certifiably crazy person on the internet. It's good to see you, Enderman. Says, yo, Mr. Crawford dude, how you today? I'm hurting like an SOB because of the knee surgery, but other than that, I'm doing okay. And good to see you, my friend. Darren says, I concede that Real Kirk is, Real Kirk, yes, not Chris Pine Kirk. Real Kirk is the best captain in Star Trek. However, I don't think he would have lasted long in the TNG era. In the Dominion War, however, he would have crushed. Yes. TNG, he would have been court-martialed and fired, but yes, in the Deep Space Nine era, Kirk would have been a god in the Deep Space Nine era. And says, I'm curious, was there any known particular reason why Gene Roddenberry specifically made Picard a Frenchman? I would think that he would have wanted a French actor. I don't know. I don't know why he wanted a French captain, except that maybe because of the fact that Roddenberry, being an atheist and a collectivist, felt that the French people more closely reflected his views, even though, I mean, France is not particularly, I mean, for a European country, I don't think they're particularly atheist or collectivist compared to other European countries, but perhaps more than England. Rock Salt says, so you're all astronauts on some kind of Star Trek. They say that in the frickin' movie. Yes, and that was the worst line in all of Star Trek. Yes, even worse than some of the crap from Threshold and stuff. I hate that line because it literally looks like, I mean, the only thing we need is for Zefram Cochrane to look at the camera and say, on some kind of Star Trek. You know, it was just so bad. Mr. Captain says, Antricker, did you see Bird of Prey 5's new music video? Worth the view. We need more of those, Bird. Well, I did watch the video, but I was a little disappointed that Bird censored his video. You know, his original video, his uncensored video was, you know, absolutely wonderful work of beauty and art, and then he censored it because of his because of homophobia, and I really was disappointed by that. And let's see, Demo Gorgonzilla says it's a good trendsetter. Then Anti-Tricker is a good trend. Well, I try to be. And I think that's awesome. What if Darth Vader became president? Well, then we probably wouldn't see much difference. Aberjam says Wrath of Khan is not about a trek through the stars. It's about the Wrath of Khan. Yes, but it's called Star Trek. Captain Sisko is the best, especially when he goes full Hawk. We'll let you believe that. And Ricky Ray Jr. Anderson just subscribed. Thank you, Ricky Ray Jr. Anderson. Wow, that's a long username. According to Berman, Roddenberry wanted a French captain because a lot of early explorers in the American continent were French. So what? Roddenberry was just looking for stereotypes. Looks better you looking into the camera. Oh, thank you. Gerard Depardieu is Picard. That would have been a better choice as far as casting, for sure. Star Trek II is about Khan stealing a ship to voyage through the stars to kill Kirk and to spout out lines from Shakespeare. Actually, not Shakespeare. He quoted Moby Dick. They did finally cast a French actor in Voyager. How well did that play out? Well, touche. Can you really call what Bird of Prey produced music? No. What if the Senate was under the control of a Dark Lord of the Sith? Well, it already is. Sisko's pimp hand is the USS Defiant. Yes, I gotta say, you know, for those of you that don't know, SF DeBreeze is the person who coined the phrase Sisko's mother effing pimp hand for the name of the Defiant, and that is a great name for that ship. I like what Ira Bear said about the Defiant. It's on a 5-year mission to kick ass. Yeah, I just don't like the look of the Defiant. I don't know why people hate on Darth Vader. That boy got stuff done. Yeah, well, that's true, I guess. The Cochran quote is an eye roller. I like the cheese. I don't. I think it's way too much cheese. Who'll be Laura's next McCarthy-era witch hunt victim? I mean, didn't Geordi get kidnapped twice? He's clearly a double agent. Yeah, that's coming soon. The first Janeway was French-Canadian. There's a difference. Well, that's true. He did quote Shakespeare in a couple of times, too. Did he? When did Khan actually quote Shakespeare? I don't remember Khan quoting Shakespeare. So I would love to know the line. You need to make Kuroga number 5 your outro music. Well, we already have the real Kuroga number 5. So we'll play some of that in just a minute before I sign off. What if President Yoda did? What if became President Yoda did? Then screwed we would be. George Peter Gratzis says, hey, did you get that digital own link for Jokey? I did. I haven't checked it out yet, but I did see the link. Are the NX and the Defiant about the same size? I believe they actually are, but I like the design of the NX better. I blame Troy for the Enterprise D. Lore can't because he's sexist. Yes, well, Lore is, well, he's Lore. My bad, I thought you were still on Picard, not Khan. Nope. I have to work with French Canadians. Holy crap, they are something else. I've never met a French Canadian. Darth Ragnar's calling me a Defiant hater. Guilty as charged. What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? Well, you know, that's something we can ignore. Honestly, nobody cares about the Wookiees. The only way to... They smell bad. The only way to give Picard French cred was the family vineyard. Yeah. Which was poorly done. All right, guys, I do need to wrap it up. There will be a Patreon/subscriber stream, and probably, I'm guessing, as long as it's okay with Bird O' Prey, in about an hour and 10 minutes or so. And so I'm going to... But in the meantime, let's have some real music instead of that fake music that came out of the Bird of Prey 5 channel. So we're going to turn that off. We're going to turn that off and get the real stuff going.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kuroga number 5. I love men. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the Jeep, so come on, let's ride to the nerd store around the corner. Boy said he wants some Star Trek and juice, but I really don't wanna feel like I had to. I love men. Last week I must stay deep, cause talk is cheap. I like men. Kirk, Spock, Scotty, I love men. So what can I do? I really beg you, my lord. Tell me flirting is just like a sport. Anything fly, it's all good. Let me jump in the Jeep and send in the trumpet.
And Rock Salt throws a buck in. Thank you so much, my friend. And yes, Enderman, the Sharks are regular visitors now. So that's the real version of Kuroga number 5. Don't believe this fake news of what you're seeing on Bird of Prey's channel, because that is definitely not it. And Rock Solid wants number 17, which is also, interestingly enough, related to Bird of Prey number 5, because if you look carefully, you can see Bird of Prey in the background.
Hey, you want to learn about Jesus?
There's no such thing as hooker-client confidentiality.
Yes, if you look carefully in the background, that was Bird O' Prey. You see Law Reloaded walking down the sidewalk there, looking for his next job. About 20 feet behind him is Bird O' Prey 5 in his Jeep Grand Cherokee, another satisfied customer. Just saying, it's true.
I love men. But that's me saying it, not Darth Revan. I love men. But that's me saying it, not Darth Revan. I love men.
And Nightbreeze throws a buck in just as I'm trying to sign off, my friend. Thank you. And so Nightbreeze, let me know what you want, and I will be more than happy to play it. When Laura showed himself tied up, I pictured his hooker business. Yes, true. Khan did have a connection with Shakespeare, but didn't actually quote him. From the script, a bookshelf, camera pans by the 20th century volumes, Moby Dick, King Lear, the Holy Bible. Yes. And that I knew about. As far as the books on his shelf, yes, King Lear was on the shelf along with Moby Dick, the Bible, and statutory regulatory something. Anyway, but I don't think he ever actually quotes Shakespeare. And there's Stromer saying, "Welcome to the Hotel Anti-Tracker. You can end the stream anytime you want, but you can never leave." Yep. And Rock's House, holy crap, Shields! And Nightbreeze wants Death to Disco, of course. And for those of you that don't know Death to Disco, you're in for a super duper treat here. Let me bring that bad boy up. And Josh says that Bird was not a customer of Lore. Bird is Lore's pimp. Probably true.
I love men. But that's me saying it, not Darth Revan.